At HYROX Chicago, I ran a 102.39, took first place in my age group, and 7th overall out of over 1,600 in the open men division. To start off, I'm super happy with the result and how everything turned out, all things considered, and just kind of with all the question marks that I had going into it. If you've been following along, you know I didn't really have a full prep. Came off a marathon October 5th, and then jumped right into like about a month of training to come back into HYROX. Ended up with like a 2.5 minute PR from my last race earlier this year, and I'm super pumped, super happy. If you haven't watched my HYROX Chicago video, I would exit out of here and go watch it. It's on my main channel, just to give some context into things. But with that being said, let's jump into these results. All right, so like I said, total time 102.39. My running total was 32 minutes and 25 seconds, rock zone 329, and then my workouts were total of 26:45. So let's go into the runs quickly. So my goal for this race was to actually average a 4-minute on the dot kilometer, 2-lap track. So 2 minutes per lap, basically. So I ended up averaging a 4:03. So I had some that were faster and some that were slower. So ended up being slightly slower than I wanted to. Looking back at it, the average was actually, it's not that far off. And we only gained, it's like less than 30 seconds I left on the table, I think. But yeah, my slowest run was 4:38, which was the last run. And my fastest was a 3:02, which was the first lap because it was shorter. So everything ended up evening out. But let's jump into how I felt. So the first run, obviously you have adrenaline, blood's pumping, crowd's cheering. You're going to be running fast. Even if you don't want to, that's what I want to do. I want to be conservative on the first 2 runs. And I felt like I was very conservative, even for a 3-minute lap, but even though it was a lot shorter. But then coming into the ski, we ran, my ski was 4:18, which I was actually aiming for about 4:15, which I know you might think is, well, that's not that fast at all. That's pretty slow. Yeah, it's actually perfectly average out of everybody. And that was on purpose, was to be conservative, take it easy, so that I wouldn't blow up right away. Because if I would have hammered a sub 4-minute ski, then I would have been hurting the whole race. So that was the plan, easy on the ski and first run. So 3 seconds slower than I wanted, which is fine. Then we'll jump into the next station, which was sled push, which I improved on quite a bit from my last race, 1:54. So wanted to be right around 2 and got out just under that. So sled moved good. And then after that, sled pull, which I ended up being 20th overall in with a 3:09, which was a big improvement from my last race as well. I just overall felt actually pretty smooth and just took everything nice and controlled. Burpees, it was actually 16th overall, which is pretty good. 3:15, also a big improvement from my last race. And yeah, honestly, under 3:30 was the goal there. So I had a new technique for burpees, which I won't fully get into, and I changed a little bit of things up so that I was keeping the same pace throughout the whole workout station, even if it meant going a little bit slower than I could have gone. So that all went to plan, and I'm going to do that moving forward. Then moving on to the 5th station, the row. This is a part for me that was supposed to be active recovery, and it was. I actually took this one a little bit more conservative, 4:33, so right around the average out of everybody here again, which it honestly helped me to get my heart rate down, collect my thoughts, collect myself, and then as soon as my row was over, I sprinted out of there. I feel like I was like just starting the workout right there. So that's what I wanted, because that's a big confidence booster, getting up from the row and just sprinting. And then farmers, 144, which was a little bit faster than my last one. I didn't set them down, but definitely could get a lot faster at these. I wasn't like jogging or anything, but I wasn't moving super fast. So number 7, sandbag lunges. I was 45th, 329, which was a big improvement from my last race. And I have a new strategy for these as well on when I take my rests. The first time I really just kind of went until I like started hurting, and then I took a break, and then I ended up just like taking too many breaks. So I have more of a strategy here, but I could definitely get faster at these as well. And then lastly, wall balls, 51st, overall 423. I think I gained like 3 or 4 seconds. My plan went a little bit off the track of what I wanted to do. My plan was to do 30, break, 25, break, 20, break, 20, break, 15, then 10. I don't know if that adds up. I think that's what it was. But I ended up doing like 25, 20, and then I was doing like sets of 15. And then I think there were a couple that were a little off, and then the last one was 12. So I think I broke one more time than I wanted to, which probably lost me like 10 to 15 seconds. But overall, there's lots of things that I could clean up on all the stations, and I actually probably could have gone a little bit faster on the ergs, the ski and the row, and gained a little bit of time because I ended up being a little conservative. And same with the runs too. The hard runs, like after burpees, after sled pull, after lunges, were my slowest. Yeah, were my slowest. And I kind of just took it as I was kind of hurting in the moment, but then I was like, I could probably dial it back a little bit and then gain it back on the station. So I ended up kind of taking the runs a little bit more conservatively than I should have, especially in the second half. So I think I left another like 30 seconds right there. So overall, a couple minutes to gain here. Lots to learn going into the next race, which I haven't fully announced yet, but I will right now, is going to be HYROX Phoenix on January 31st. Pro men. I'm moving up divisions. I've done my 2 races in the open. I feel like I got a grip on things, learned a lot, and I'm ready to take it to the next level. So that's a quick breakdown of how everything went. Do you have questions about HYROX training, specifically what I do? Any tips or any questions that you have about strategy, things like that, just let me know. I'm happy to share the stuff that I know and what I've been gathering. But yeah, 7th overall, first in age group. I'm ready to move up to pro and see what we can do. So we'll see you in Phoenix.